I'm going to share with you a rather story of a scary symptom of hemoptysis of a young man. The story begins dates back actually to 2018 when a 24-year-old man developed the symptoms of occasional dry cough and mild intermittent hemoptysis. He was treated by local doctors for these symptoms, but his symptoms didn't improve. So ultimately, after 3 months, he consulted a doctor, a physician of some stature. On examination, in the history, there was no smoking history, there was no drug history, there was no contact with a TB patient, and on physical examination, he had a skinny physique. Rest of the physical examination was normal, as were the baseline investigations. Sputum AFB was negative, and this is the X-ray chest that you can see. Now, these are the options. Which one would you like to go? For GeneXpert, contrast enhanced CT thorax, start ATT, flexible bronchoscopy, or think out of the box and go for something else. Vote, please. So it is almost fairly equally divided. But the physician, the one who ordered, who was taking care of, he actually decided to give him a trial of ATT. Although the history and the X-rays, there was nothing which were in favor of a tuberculosis infection. He took the course very regularly, but he didn't respond. So at the end of 6 months, he was referred for a flexible bronchoscopy. That was on 1st April 2019. That is almost 8 to 10 months after the initial symptoms. And a tumor was seen in the right main bronchus 1 centimeter distal to carina. And on histology, it proved to be carcinoid. And on the CT scan, it was distally extended to the orifice of right upper lobe bronchus. Now these are the options. How will you proceed? Declare him as inoperable, refer to thoracic surgeon for right upper sleeve lobectomy with reconstruction of the right main bronchus, refer him for chemotherapy, radiotherapy, or immunotherapy. So what do you think? So the conventional teaching is that since it is within 2 centimeters of the carina, so it is inoperable. But the pulmonologist who did the bronchoscopy, he referred him to a thoracic surgeon. The thoracic surgeon was also of the opinion that he is inoperable. So in the meantime, the COVID also, his symptoms persisted, COVID also struck in, and many of the health facilities and clinics, they were closed. So the poor guy would be going from one doctor to another doctor just to get some relief for his symptoms. But despite the tissue diagnosis, another physician gave him a second course of ATT. What I could think is, since he was diagnosed on 1st of April, so probably the doctors thought to make him a 1st April fool. And that is how he was put on, although he was a biopsy-proven carcinoid, although the thoracic surgeon labeled him as inoperable, but at least I can't think of why he was given a second trial of ATT. Now then guess what? The third course of ATT. You never know. The patient, as I said, from the beginning, first course, then the second course, and the thoracic surgeon declaring him as inoperable, it seems, I'm saying it again, that he was made an April Fool and the fooling continued. And he was given a third course of ATT as well before he consulted a different thoracic surgeon. So the second thoracic surgeon, the story continues. He requested a repeat CT thorax and a rebronchoscopy. This is the picture, the CT scan, which is almost unremarkable. But if you look at the bronchoscopy picture, this is the bronchoscopy being done while the bronchoscopist standing behind the head of the patient. So you can see that there is the carcinoid tumor now has extended into trachea. Like 4 years ago, this was, initially it was 2019 and this is 2023. So in 4 years, previously it was peeping through the opening of the right main bronchus into the trachea, and now it has gone into the distal part of the trachea. Now, right now, would you like to change your mind, or would you like to persist with your previous voting? These are the options. Leave him alone, palliative chemotherapy, palliative radiotherapy, immunotherapy. Now, previously it was sleeve lobectomy. Now it is sleeve pneumonectomy with reconstruction of trachea. Vote, please. Vote. Number. Yes, probably. The audience say that leave us alone. And the patient was probably saying that leave me alone. Yeah. Vote, please. आ रहा है कि नहीं आ रहा? अगर नहीं भी आ रहा तो चलें, let's proceed further. So the second surgeon actually, as you know, that this is an era of specialization. So probably the previous surgeon might have been a very competent one, thoracic surgeon, but he probably this was not his area of specialty. So the second surgeon went for sleeve right pneumonectomy with reconstruction of trachea. This is the X-ray picture, 15 hours after surgery. You can see the staple lining, the right pneumonectomy, and the left lung is almost up except for the lower part. And if you look at the patient, and the patient is doing tri-flow exercises and he is mobilizing. Now, a little bit about the difference between conventional resection and sleeve resection. In sleeve resection, you actually resect a part of the right main bronchus or a part of the trachea, and then you do reconstruction. While in conventional resection, you just do resect the lobe or the lung, and then you stitch the stump that is left behind. So this is the video. I don't know whether they would like to. You can see this. आगे थोड़ी सी जाएं, आगे जाएं. Next video दिखाएं. So this is the take-home message. ATT is not a master key, and that fits every lock. And second, a delay in the proper referral, like to a proper thoracic surgeon of whom this was the specialty, cost the patient the whole right lung instead of the right upper lobe only. Thank you very much.
Thank you, Dr. Yusuf. We have a online lecture from Dr. Usmani in few minutes' time, but before we do that, we are going to announce the winner. First of all, we'd like to announce the lucky winner, somebody who was very quick in responding on the phone, and that award goes to Dr. Azizul Qadir. Do you have Dr. Azizul Qadir? He was your very quick computer. Please come here and receive your award. It's rupees 20,000.